I want to welcome all of you to our 12th annual graduation ceremony, especially the class of 2020. Thank you so much for joining us on this live event today, our first live virtual graduation ceremony. We've never done anything like this before, so I want to send a special welcome to all of you joining us. We see there close to 120 people now on the screen. I'm so excited to be here as your moderator. My name is Petrania Poonswan. So happy to be here at this event that is sponsored by NV Energy, Cox, Uber, and Census 2020. This event is also presented by the Asian Community Development Council, or ACDC, a great organization I've been a part of for many years, and I'm going to tell you more about them, their mission, how it coincides with this event coming up throughout the show, so definitely stay tuned for that. This event is also presented by UNLV WAR. So again, I want to thank all the graduates, class of 2020, you did it, you're here, and we want to make sure we recognize you in this time that is just unprecedented. It's so surreal, right? You're not at your graduation ceremonies right now like you had planned to be. You're not around your classmates, your teachers, your professors. So we want to make this as special for you as possible. Again, this is the 12th annual graduation ceremony where we recognize all the graduates from across the state of Nevada. This is the first time that ACDC and ROAR has put together this event that is inclusive to all the higher institutions across Nevada. So we have graduates joining us here from College of Southern Nevada, from Nevada State College, from Truckee Meadows Community College, UNLV, and University of Nevada, Reno. So many graduates, your friends, your family. Make sure that you know this is an interactive event. We want you guys to interact with us. We have a chat room. That's why we have this format, so that you guys can actually join in the conversation. Definitely put in your hello, say hello to me, say hello to your friends and family, all the other graduates that you know are joining you at this event today. And again, this is called graduation for a reason, because we want to honor AAPI graduates across the state. There are future leaders, especially at a time like this in history, where we really want to recognize what you do, your contributions to the state. This, of course, is May. This is Asian American Pacific Heritage Month. So we definitely see the meaning behind that and what you're bringing to the table as our future AAPI leader. So definitely thank you so much for being here. And we have such an important and exciting program for you today. We have a number of special guests who are going to be speaking and sending you words of congratulations. So you can be hearing from them, including members of a Nevada congressional delegation. Also, you'll be very impressed by our keynote speakers today. We have two of them. The first is Sandra Douglas Morgan. She's the chairwoman of the Nevada Gaming Control Board. And our second keynote speaker, who you'll hear a little bit later on the show, is actor Simu Liu. You may have heard of him. You may have seen him on TV. He is the star of the hit TV series Kim's Convenience, and he's also the first Chinese Marvel superhero in the highly anticipated Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. That movie is coming out next summer, so that is very exciting. And we have live with us today a very special guest, an international musical artist, Daniel Park. I'm going to be introducing him in just a little bit. And after this event, so that's not it, not just the ceremony, we want to bring as much value to you for joining us on this Saturday afternoon as possible. We're actually going to have a ceremony career panel. So we're going to have two special guests joining us from the East Coast, Maggie Hsu, who's the co-founder of Gold House, and also June Kim, a partner at the New Paradigm Strategy Group. They're going to be joining us to talk about some of the challenges you might see as a new grad going out into this volatile job market that we're in right now, as you know, because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And that's why we're here. We want to keep you safe. We want to keep you at home, watching with your friends and family. And that's why we can't be at a normal ceremony, but this is going to be a very special one as well. So with no further ado, let's get right to a video from the founder and president of the Asian Community Development Council, or ACDC, Ms. Vita Lin.
Welcome, Nevada API graduates. I know you didn't expect your graduation event to take place online this year, but I'm so grateful you can join us. Here at the Asian Community Development Council, we support the building of your future in this difficult time. I also want to welcome your family and friends joining in celebration today. And because we're online today, we're excited to be celebrating Nevada APIs from across the state. Welcome everyone from north and south. There's an old proverb that says, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. You have all decided that education is important to your future and your family's future. Milestones like graduation today or your next begin with a single step. Young people are so diverse, and you're such a diverse class. I'm inspired by your courage every day. While these are challenging times, you are rising to meet the challenge, and we're rising to meet the challenge together. Let your voice be heard. It is so powerful. Find a way to give back to your community today, especially during this crisis. Give to the community tomorrow by completing your 2020 census. I support you. The Asian Community Development Council supports you. And let's continue our work together and continue to educate, connect, and empower our community. Now let's listen to some exciting speakers to talk about the future. Once again, congratulations, class of 2020.
All right, thank you so much, Vita, for those inspirational words. And as she said, we have many exciting speakers to join us. And the first one to join us for this program is Mr. Bart Patterson. He is the president of Nevada State College, also a longtime supporter of ACDC and also a great friend of mine. Welcome, Bart Patterson. Thank you so much for being with us here today.
Well, thank you, Petrania, and it's my honor to represent the presidents in congratulating you at this graduation ceremony, and it's terrific that you're holding it. I know we had to postpone our graduation at Nevada State College, and I hated that because this is my favorite time of the year, and I'm sure it's yours as well, to finish such a wonderful accomplishment. I know I speak on behalf of all of the presidents when I say that I'm thrilled that you made it through the gauntlet of this semester. We know that it wasn't easy. We all had to shift to remote instruction, and you made the best of it. And the thing that I would say about that is that you learned a very important skill, which is adaptability. And that's something that should go on the job resume and your cover letter from forever, that you were able to transition to deal with very difficult circumstances and to persevere and to finish your degree. So we're thrilled with that, and with all of your supporters that helped you to get through that. Congratulations to them as well, because we knew that you couldn't have reached that goal without all of that support. Now, I know you've had some dark times, and we continue to have those over the next time period. And so I want to wish you also a safe summer and a continued success in your journeys as you go forward. Some of you may have even had to experience racism from folks that are completely misguided and trying to blame others for this crisis. So you've gotten through it. You have that inner strength. I'm so proud of you. On behalf of all the presidents, congratulations, and congratulations to ACDC for hosting this event.
All right, Bart, thank you so much for being part of our event today. And we're going to go right into our next speaker here on the graduation ceremony. I want to introduce him to you. His name is Zach Conine. He is the Nevada State Treasurer. He's the former Director of Operations at the Golden Nugget Hotel. He also worked as an analyst for a Las Vegas-based investment company and also co-founded a consultancy firm focused on helping new businesses succeed. Mr. Conine is also a proud graduate of UNLV's William Boyd School of Law. Mr. Conine, thank you so much for being with us today.
Of course. Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate the invitation. Good morning, everyone. I'm Zach Conine. I'm your state treasurer. I just want to thank everyone on the Asian Community Development Council for allowing me to join you today. And to start off, and you're going to hear this a lot, congratulations. The last few months have been difficult. Schools and classrooms have been forced to transition online, and students and teachers have been forced to operate under a new normal. Graduating from college is one of the most memorable events of your life. And even though we're here today under difficult circumstances, we should still celebrate how big of an achievement this is. I want to congratulate all of you on behalf of the state of Nevada. Now, Nevada's economy is facing one of the biggest challenges in history. Now more than ever, we need to ensure we have a qualified workforce to meet the demands of a global economy. To put it simply, you are all going to drive Nevada's future, and we need you. You represent a great hope and resiliency that we need to get through this COVID-19 pandemic. That's why it's so important that we're here today, so we can celebrate your educational success and find ways to keep pushing forward together. Even though today's virtual ceremony may not be what many of you would have hoped for, I know that your family and friends are incredibly proud of you. Please take a moment sometime today, be proud of yourselves, and think about how you can continue to make a difference in this community. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things that our office can do to help you from here, and then give you a few points of advice, because as I'm sure, no one is coming to give you advice at this time in your graduation, so I wanted to make sure somebody said something. That's a joke. As many of you know, college can be expensive. That's why we're working to figure out solutions to help students at all stages during their college careers. Now, in the Treasurer's Office, we run a number of different programs that can help students and families plan for, save for, and pay for higher education. We administer the Governor Gwynne Millennium Scholarship, which to date has helped 126,000 Nevadans go to college affordably. I expect many of you. Additionally, we have been adjusting our focus to find additional ways to help students who are in the midst of their college careers. Now, tens of thousands of Nevadans pay hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in student loan bills each month. So for those of you who are now facing the other side of that, instead of receiving student loans, you're going to have to start paying them back. There have been several actions recently that relate to student loans at the federal level, which will provide relief to borrowers who might be struggling. From now until September 30th, interest rates on federal student loans have been reduced to 0%, and repayments on federal student loans have been suspended. Additionally, borrowers of federal-backed loans need not do anything to receive those benefits. However, you should still review your account information to ensure you're receiving this relief. Now, if you'd like to keep making payments during this forbearance period, you can, and all those payments will go directly to your principal. So if you're like me and you like paying off your debts as quickly as humanly possible, that's a great way to do it. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact our student loan ombudsman, which is slo@nevadatreasurer.gov, and certainly the group has all that contact information. They can share it with you. Secondly, if you're looking at this time as perhaps a way to continue going to school, you've graduated, it feels good, you want to start over again and work on a master's degree or a graduate degree, or maybe join those of us who went to the Boyd School of Law, we have also developed a resource to help you find ways to make that graduate school experience more affordable. If you visit our website, nevadatreasurer.gov, we have created a comprehensive scholarship database available to all Nevadans. Now, the scholarships listed in this database are available to both undergraduate and graduate students and are broken out in terms of numbers, demographic categories. So please feel free to peruse that database, and if we can help, we certainly will. Now, lastly, I just wanted to share 3 quick bits of advice that have always served me well in life. Number 1, read everything you can get your hands on. Read on topics you like and topics you don't. Read opinion pieces from people you agree with and people you vehemently disagree with. Read appendices and footnotes and endnotes. Read citations in the work they cite to. There will never be a time when being the best read person in a room won't be to your benefit. Number 2, and I got this from Senator and former Governor Richard Bryan, call people back the day they call you. Always. No matter where you end up and how difficult the call will be, it will always be appreciated. And I suppose this goes for text too. And some people are TikToking. I don't know what that is, but if you have to respond to a TikTok, you should do that in real time. Last, assume that everyone you meet in work or in life is coming into whatever situation you're in with the best intentions. Protect yourself and your loved ones, but seeing people in that light has always made my life easier. I can't stress enough just how big of a moment this is. Your educational successes help to ensure that we can move Nevada in the right direction. Let's take a moment and use this as an opportunity to come together and work towards building something bigger than ourselves. That's exactly what Nevada needs right now. That's what the country needs right now. It's an honor to join you in being part of a solution that brings us all a little bit closer together. Again, congratulations on such a major accomplishment in such a challenging time. Even though we're all staying home for Nevada, you are all the future of this state. I'm excited to see all of the great things you'll be able to accomplish in the years to come, and I'm excited to be able to congratulate you in person when the time is right. Thanks for being here.
All right, thank you so much, Nevada State Treasurer Zach Conine, for those positive words and the great advice that you have for us. Now, we want to get right to our next segment, and I'm joined by a special guest. Let's take him up. His name is Daniel Park, and he's going to be playing music for us to go with a slideshow of our first set of graduates. A little bit about Daniel. I'll talk about Daniel in just a little bit. I just want you to hear his live music first with our first slideshow of graduates.
Another turning point and fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this past and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you have the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind. Hang 'em on a shelf and good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and everything on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you have the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you have the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you have the time of your life.
All right, thank you so much, Daniel, for your music. And I just want to share a little bit about Daniel. And if you want to say a few words to Daniel, you've done quite a bit. I've known you for a few years. You were one of the top 100 acts in season 7 of America's Got Talent. He's performed around the world. You just had a recent residencies in both Singapore and Beijing, and now you're back here, and your theme music, I think your original music is part of Zappos Hold, right? If you're on hold with Zappos.
Yeah, so if you're put on hold, yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you want to say anything to the graduates
Yes.
as we with you here?
Sure. Yeah, thanks. Graduates, yeah, it's such an accomplishment. I'm sure you're going to hear that all day today, but congratulations. And, you know, life takes you on these unprecedented turns, twists and turns. And so this is going to be one of those things. And if you can just uplift yourselves above it and think of things as a positive, and you'll be exactly where you want to be.
That's right. Yeah, thank you, Daniel. And Daniel's going to be with us throughout the show. He's also going to be showcasing his original song too later on, one of my favorites. So definitely we're going to stay tuned for that. Thank you so much, Daniel. And as we say bye to Daniel for now, we are going to have another special surprise. We're actually going to have a slideshow and have some special guest surprise messages actually for some graduates who are very notable. They're a truly standout Class of 2020, our first guest, Janny Lau, Commissioner of White House Initiative for Asian Pacific Islanders, and Lisa Song Sutton, former Miss Nevada US and first Asian American in that title. They have some surprise messages for some of our graduates today.
Congratulations, Class of 2020. My name is Janny Lau, and on behalf of the White House Initiatives on Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders, I want to wish you all the very best. Oh, the places you will go. I especially would like to give a shout out to Marcel Cruzado, who is majoring in international business. Marcel, it has been such a pleasure watching you blossom into a professional event planner. You make us proud. Please know that I am your biggest champion and cheerleader. Thank you for all your hard work with DECA, and especially with the Business Entrepreneurship Program. You are an awesome ambassador. Congratulations once again. Today is your day, and you are off to great places.
Lando is an architecture major. Some of her biggest accomplishments include taking home a gold medal in fencing for her community college, attending Harvard University to study Boston architecture, winning Miss Asian North America 2017, Miss Las Vegas 2018, and being our current reigning Miss Washoe County, USA. Lan also placed first in the annual Make-a-thon competition held amongst multiple disciplines across UNLV and was judged by Harvard, Cornell, MIT, and more. She's also an entrepreneur. She opened her very first ever alcoholic boba restaurant on the Las Vegas Strip, and she's now just signed to a modeling agency in New York City. Congratulations, Lan. It's been such a pleasure to watch you grow and succeed and learn, and I can't wait to see what you do in the future. Best of luck and keep making us proud.
Again, those are our grads with undergraduate degrees. So thank you to both Janie Lau and Lisa Song Sutton. I want to get right now to some words of congratulations from some members of the Nevada Congressional Delegation. By the way, all of our registered graduates today will be getting congressional certificates from all 6 of our Nevada state delegations. So that will be coming to you in the mail. So definitely look out for that. So to no further ado, let's get to some inspirational words now from U.S. Senators Catherine Cortez Masto and U.S. Senator Jackie Rosen, who sent their congratulations.
Hi, I'm Senator Catherine Cortez Masto, and I am thrilled to wish you happy graduation. You did it. It's a privilege to be able to celebrate your achievements with you. Now, I know that this is an uncertain time for many of you, but I am so proud of your accomplishments and what you've achieved. You've shown strength, flexibility, creativity, all the qualities that are the best of Nevada. You've poured yourself into your school, work, and activities, and in the course of doing that, you've grown and matured. I know your families and teachers are constantly amazed by your potential, and I am grateful to them for supporting you. The good news for all of you is that Nevada needs incredible students like you, whether you're going on to pursue other studies, or joining the military, or starting new careers. We in Nevada are eager to have your contributions as entrepreneurs, scientists, artists, first responders, builders, and makers of every kind. But for right now, your job is to celebrate your achievements. Throw whatever cap you have in the air and celebrate. Congratulations.
Hi everybody, I'm Jackie Rosen, and I'm proud to be your senator in the United States Congress. I want to start by saying how proud I am of each and every one of you. I know how hard that you've worked to get to this moment, and graduation, well, it isn't exactly how you pictured it. You've persevered, and I want to congratulate each and every one of you on your incredible accomplishments. Your resilience, your commitment, and your determination have put you on a path to success. You've been tested in more ways than one, and when you think back on this time, look back at it and be proud of the grit and tenacity that you had to get through this. Look back and remember the people that helped you, the people that were around you, your family and your friends that helped you get through this crisis, helped guide you, help you get to where you work today, the teachers, your principals, your coaches. It's important that you think about those mentors, because as you graduate and you move on in your life, be sure you remember to cherish them, and be sure that you remember to emulate their qualities. Be a coach, a friend, a mentor, a guide to someone who comes after you. It's so important that when you show that kindness in the community and give of yourself, you get so much more back. You can make a difference. I know each and every one of you will in your own way. And so please, as you enter this new phase of your life, stay engaged in your community. Nothing could be more important and necessary. Be there for one another, not just during the good times, but also during the bad. Lend a hand to someone who needs it. Be a shoulder for a friend. It's also very important. I know that you have what it takes to succeed, not just today, but every day. And I look forward to meeting so many of you, seeing what you're going to do in the future, and being a part of that. I know you're going to make our community a better place to live. So congratulations and best of luck.
I want to remind you, if you're part of our event right now, this is interactive. We want to hear from you. You see that little chat button at the bottom of your screen there? Definitely go on there. We've seen plenty of people saying hello, congratulations. Thank you to all the people taking part in this event, and that is what we want to see. And now we want to bring our next guest speaker. This is actually our keynote speaker. We're very happy to have her here with us. She is Sandra Douglas Morgan. She is the chairwoman of the Nevada Gaming Control Board, also one of the highest ranking Asian American members of Governor Steve Sisolak's administration. Ms. Morgan also previously served as the city attorney of North Las Vegas and was the first African American city attorney in the state of Nevada. We are so honored to have you with us today. Welcome.
Thank you, Petrona, for that wonderful warm welcome, and thank you to the Asian Community Development Council for inviting me to speak here today to the wonderful graduating class of 2020. I've been friends with Vita Lynn and Wee Gwyn for quite some time, and it's truly an honor to speak to the future leaders, not only of the AAPI community, but also this nation and the world. I wanted to open with a quote from a publication authored by my dear sister, whose experience was much like mine growing up. My classmates represented a wide range of racial, cultural, and religious backgrounds. My close friends were African American, white, Mexican, Filipina, Cuban, and Vietnamese, some of whom, like me, represented mixed ethnic ancestry, were children of immigrants, and whose parents worked in the gaming or hospitality industry, served in the military, or were able to land a job with good benefits. Many of us have served as cultural brokers between our homes, schools, and the broader institutions that we navigated alongside, or behalf of a parent who spoke Korean like my mother, Spanish, or Tagalog at home. Many of us have looked different from one another, but we had so much more in common. The pressures of growing up, trying to fit in, and hoping to make our parents proud by doing well in school. We were their American dream, and to all the graduates today, you are our American dream. Like all of you, I'm a proud product of Nevada's higher education system. I, like our state treasurer, obtained our Juris Doctorate from the William S. Boyd School of Law at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and my Bachelor of Arts at the University of Nevada in Reno. And as Pachandra mentioned, I currently do serve as the chairwoman of the Gaming Control Board, and it has been a true honor to serve the state in this capacity. As chairwoman, I'm responsible for the board's daily operations, including managing a $44 million budget, approximately 400 employees throughout 5 cities across our great state. The board is responsible for regulating all aspects of the gaming industry, and our primary purpose of the board is to protect the stability of the gaming industry through licensing, investigations, and enforcement of all laws and regulations, and of course ensuring the collection of gaming fees and taxes, which is a true essential source of our state's revenue. Our gaming regulatory framework has developed a reputation around the globe as a leader in its 80-year history, and we are well known as being the gold standard of gaming regulation. I am the first person of color to serve as the chair of the Gaming Control Board in its history, and only the second woman. I previously did serve as a city attorney for the city of North Las Vegas, where I was the first African American and Asian city attorney in our state, representing the mayor and council and the police, fire, and other city departments. And prior to my public service, I served as litigation attorney for MGM. During my journey, I was lucky to have peers, colleagues, friends, and family to share in the triumphs and the defeats. And I encourage all of you to celebrate and support each other as we navigate through these unprecedented times. Although all of us wish the ceremony was in person, I have no doubt that we will emerge from this shared experience stronger and united in purpose more than ever. If these past few months have taught us anything, it's that our world will need government, health, business, and community leaders who are prepared, resilient, agile, and compassionate to guide the next generations through this ever-changing landscape that we're in. And I have no doubt that many of you participating in this unique commencement today will become those leaders that this world so desperately needs. Preparedness will be the key to your success, but I'm not necessarily talking about preparing for all those tests and essays and presentations that have gotten you to this point in your life. You must be prepared to be disappointed. Be prepared to advocate for unpopular ideas. Be prepared to have others attempt to say that your dreams and aspirations are not valuable. But most importantly, you must be prepared to fail. It's in our preparation for failure where you'll discover the strongest pieces of your intellect and grit, leading you to uncover your resiliency within that will help you break through the failure. We also need to rethink of what we think of as resilient behavior. Resiliency is taking critique, maybe from a manager, a supervisor, a friend or family member, when you don't meet certain expectations, and turning that challenge into an opportunity and not allowing past mistakes to control your destiny. Push yourself through the uncertainty, the insecurity, and celebrate that you are educated, talented, and that so many others can learn from you. True resiliency is being knocked down and realizing what your family has taught you through the years to help you pivot, to enable you to be agile in order to attain your own personal definition of success. There's not enough time today to impress upon you how crucial agility will be in the world we live in today. Since earning my law degree, I have had several jobs during which I've been a litigator, advised elected officials, and regulated the most dominant industry in our state. And as lofty as all that sounds, my career path would have been unheard of during my parents' generation. Prior to the explosion of the global economy, success meant that you received your education, landed a good job that provided decent benefits and provided for your family, and maybe a retirement with a pension. The rapid evolution of all sectors of our economy, whether you seek a career in healthcare or government, finance, or the nonprofit world, mandates that you operate with agility and be able to roll with the punches. Whatever your next journey leads you, my advice would be to do it with integrity and compassion. I cannot in good faith try to convince you today through the screen that making your way through the world will be easy. But I do know from my own personal experience that moving each day and espousing compassion on those with whom you interact will not only be self-gratifying, but will bring you success. And for those of you who've been wondering, success in this world means being a good person, no matter your job title or ethnic background, relationship status, or other social construct. Treat others with a compassion that you would like to experience, but with the compassion that you would want to be remembered. From this day forward, you will meet countless people in your professional and your personal lives. Don't put them in preconceived boxes or treat them any differently, whether you cross paths with them in a social setting or in the boardroom. You have no idea what they will be going through when you encounter them, but they should not, and that should not matter. Treat them as though they're the next big thing, and maybe that is just what they will see in you. 축하합니다. Congratulations on all of your incredible achievements in obtaining a college degree. And thank you to all the mothers, fathers, and families for supporting these wonderful graduates and being a part of their journey. I wish you all continued success, and I'm honored to be here today. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much to Sandra Douglas Morgan for being here with us today. Now we want to go back to congratulate more of our graduates who are waiting to see their names, their pictures, their accomplishments on the screen. Daniel's going to be back to play another song for us. I want to remind you that this event, again, presented by the Asian Community Development Council, a great organization that connects the Asian American community throughout the state. I'm going to be sharing more with them about them when we come back. Daniel, take it away.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And the colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? But they're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Beautiful music, such a special and emotional part of our event today. So thank you so much. Before we get to our next set of students, actually, these are stellar, outstanding students we want to recognize. I want to talk a little bit about ACDC, this organization. If you don't know much about them, they do great things for Nevada. They've been around since 2015, and they provide all kinds of services from voter registration, health navigation, citizenship help. So if you want to find more information about the Asian Community Development Council, definitely go to their website. Also, register to vote. Definitely something I want to put out there today for all you grads, all your family and friends. June 4th is the deadline to register online. June 9th, as you know, is our primary here in Nevada. So make your voices heard, especially for the Asian American Pacific Islanders community. We need your help. We need your voices to make our community great. So now let's get to our next slide, where you have some surprise guests that we want to bring on. These are some of the people that are young people, our graduates, I think are going to be very excited to see. They are comedian and YouTube star Ryan Higa and international artist, musician Steve Aoki.
Hey, I just want to say congratulations to Nikki Liu on your Master of Social Work. And of course, your accomplishments in providing group therapy for the homeless youth and kids who've been through trauma. I think it's freaking awesome, especially to do that as someone at your age. It's kind of impressive. So shout out to Nikki Liu. I hope you have a good one. I know it's not the ideal way to graduate or the ideal person wishing it for you, but I hope you have a good one. Take care.
Congratulations to Deborah Lou Pop for getting her master's in special education. She's going to make a profound impact on the world. Really happy for her. She wants to change the education system and advocate for all children with special needs. I'm excited to see what she's going to do and what you guys are all going to do. Take care.
Ryan and Steve, thank you so much for joining us and honoring our grads holding graduate degrees today. All right, we have another live speaker we want to bring on now. We don't want to waste any time. We're going to get right to him because he's joining us from home. He's Clark County Commissioner for District F, Mr. Justin Jones. He's been in that role since last year. He's also served as a member of the Nevada Senate for the 9th District from 2012 and 2014. Mr. Justin Jones, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much for this opportunity, and good afternoon, graduates. It is truly an honor to be included with such a distinguished group of leaders, and it's safe to say this will probably be the only time I'll ever share a billing with a Marvel superhero. So without stealing any of his thunder from Simu Liu, I wanted to say superheroes are known for saving lives and rescuing people from danger. They fight crime and fend off natural disasters. And I'm lucky in my job as a county commissioner that I get to work with superheroes every single day. The doctors and nurses at our UMC hospital don't wear capes, but they save lives every day. Whether it be the victims of the 1 October tragedy or the current COVID-19 outbreak, they are there every day for our community. They may not wear masks, but our Metro police officers fight crime and keep us safe from villains morning, noon, and night. Our firefighters and emergency managers don't have cool superhero names, but they put their lives on the line to save us when there's a fire, a flash flood, or other disasters. By day, Yui Win spends his days at Asian Community Development Council helping people in the AAPI community. But at night, just like Batman, he transforms into my planning commissioner, standing up for neighbors throughout the valley. There are so many heroes out there on the front lines, from teachers to scientists to engineers, working hard to make our community better every day. Superman, aka Christopher Reeve, once said, "A hero is an ordinary individual who finds strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles." When I look at all the 2020 graduates here today, hearing your accomplishments, what I see is the next generation of superheroes. These are challenging times, of course, but I'm confident that you all have the strength to persevere in spite of all obstacles. So to the class of 2020, I say congrats for all your hard work and get out there and save the world.
Thank you so much, Justin Jones, for joining us. that brief, a very sweet message, and of course, a reminder, a thank you to all the first responders, all the family and friends of our graduates who are out there and doing things for us every day. And as he said, Mr. Simu Liu, Marvel star himself, will join us in just a few minutes. So stick around. He's actually in Australia right now, so he's tuning in very early today. So we're going to get to him. But first, let's hear a special message from two more members of the Nevada delegation, Congresswomen Dina Titus and Susie Lee, who could not join us in person today, but they sent us this special message.
Hello, I'm Dina Titus, your representative for Nevada's 1st Congressional District right here in the heart of Las Vegas. I'm proud to join the Asian Community Development Council to congratulate the college students of AAPI descent who are graduating this spring. College graduation is an outstanding achievement that takes hard work, dedication, and considerable resources. Many of you have had to balance homework and studying with jobs, family obligations, and all sorts of complicating factors, and for that, I applaud you. Some of you are also the first in your families to graduate, so they must be very proud of you. I wish we could be together to celebrate in person, but we now know that our efforts to stay home and socially distance from each other are working. We've been able to save lives and prevent our state's healthcare system from becoming overloaded thanks to our shared commitment to looking out for each other. I know that entering the job market in our current economy may cause you some anxiety, but I'm confident that Las Vegas will bounce back from this stronger than ever before. We are a resilient city. We've proven that many times, and I think we'll prove it once again with your help. I'll be working hard to bring relief that will help ensure that your accomplishments lead to a bright and fulfilling career and future. By graduating from college, you've made a leap forward towards building a successful life for you and your family. You'll also be in a position to positively contribute to our community's social, economic, and cultural progress. So if I can ever be of service for you, please feel free to call my office. And on behalf of the more than 700,000 residents of District 1, congratulations and good luck.
I just want to first say congratulations to all the 2020 graduates. I think about when I graduated from high school in college and what an exciting time it was. And I was so proud to share it with my family and friends. And it breaks my heart to think that in this crazy time of the coronavirus pandemic, that so many families are not going to be able to get together and have that special opportunity, whether it's kindergarten, high school, middle school, college. I know it's really tough to not be able to celebrate this milestone the way it should be celebrated. But I just wanted to give you all a message that it doesn't take away from the fact of the achievement that you've made, and more importantly, how proud we all are of you. So I'm just wishing you all an amazing graduation and the best of luck and good fortune in your future.
This is why we're here today. We're here to celebrate our graduates. We're going to show our next slideshow showing their names, their pictures, their major accomplishments. And Daniel Park is here to take us away.
Okay. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, then I said, it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I said, it's alright. Little darling, the smiles return into their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I said, it's alright. The sun, 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 here it comes. 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 Little darling, I see the ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's alright.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Daniel Park. Good job. And by the way, all of you watching out there, you want to see more of Daniel Park's performance? He actually does live stream Monday through Friday, right, Daniel? 5 to 7 for people to watch you. So definitely tune in. Find more information on danielparkmusic.com. Thank you. You're going to come back with your original song, so don't go away, okay? So we have more special messages. This is our final set of surprise guests that we're bringing on to give a special recognition to our stellar standout graduates. These are graduates holding professional degrees, so let's get right to their videos.
Congratulations to Carter Chu, who's getting his PhD in computer science at the ripe old age of 22. Now, Carter, I'm sure this is not how you imagine your graduation, and you've got a lot of years ahead of you. But I also want to remind you that this could be the most opportunistic time for you to start your career and to use that computer science degree. You may not know, but UNLV's Lee School of Business has $1 million competition looking for innovations to help our industry and the hospitality world. So Carter, if you have some idea how to connect contact tracing, social media, iPhone watches for diagnostics that can get us back to our lives and having time with our friends and celebrating big occasions, please do it now. Congratulations, Carter.
This is one of my favorite graduation announcements that I get to make virtually here, of course. But congratulations, Jackson Wong. I am so proud of you. I'm always excited to welcome someone into the Lawyer Club, so welcome aboard. It's even more exciting that we have another strong AAPI lawyer joining the Nevada Bar, as well as a proud Boyd graduate. It has been my pleasure to work with you and watch you grow as an attorney through your clinic work with indigent clients. You will make an amazing lawyer. Congratulations again.
And those are our special guests, Gregory Lee, and he's the chairman CEO of Eureka Casino Resorts, and Rochelle Wynn, Nevada Assemblywoman representing District 10. So thank you so much for giving your time to us. And now let's get to our second keynote speaker, joining us all the way live from Australia, where he's staying right now and working. Simu Liu, he is probably needs little introduction, but you may know him from the hit series Kim's Convenience, one of my favorite shows. He plays Jung Kim. It's all on Netflix now, all the episodes. If you want to watch, definitely go on Netflix. He's also going to be soon portraying Marvel superhero Shang-Chi in the highly anticipated Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which is set to hit theaters next summer. He's also a very proud Chinese Canadian. He's been doing great work using his social media platform to put a spotlight on works of notable Asian Canadians, and also speaking out against hate and racism towards Asians around the world in light of this COVID-19 pandemic. So Simu, we are so excited to have you with us here at this ceremony today. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I guess I'll start by saying good afternoon, students, parents, administrators, observers, and people who clicked the wrong Zoom link and are wondering who the hell I am. My name is Simu Liu, and I am a professional actor, or at least I was until about 2 months ago. I guess now I'm a bit of a professional bug catcher, fruit picker, and island designer who moonlights as a Twitter comedian. So, you know, my quarantine is going really well. That was an Animal Crossing joke, by the way, and the speech is littered with them. So if you haven't played it, I'm sorry, you will not understand the entire speech. Also, I can't believe I had to follow Ryan Higa and Steve Aoki. What a pleasant surprise, and not a lot of pressure on me at all. It's such an honor to virtually be here today to celebrate with all of you, the class of 2020, a year that will undoubtedly go down as one of the absolute worst in recent history. I wish I were looking at you from the podium right now, wearing a funny hat and watching all of your polite and mildly disinterested faces as you pretend to listen to me while you scroll through TikTok instead. Nevertheless, I am truly appreciative and humbled, and I will do my best not to be really, really boring. It's 6:51 a.m. in Sydney, Australia, which means I either woke up really early or stayed up really, really late to be here with you. I'm not going to tell you which one, because we got to maintain the mystery. And why Sydney, you ask? Well, I was actually shooting a movie for a little indie studio you've probably never heard of, called Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Perhaps you've heard of it. First Asian superhero in the MCU, no big deal. No, honestly, if it were up to me, I would be in Nevada right now. Vegas, to be specific. I mean, I love Vegas. There's just something about its character, its spectacle. I'm referring, of course, to the mayor of Las Vegas, who recently became a bit of a national viral sensation through her interview with Anderson Cooper on CNN. You know, usually at this point I would pause for laughter, but you can't really do that over Zoom, so now I'll just sit here awkwardly. You know, given the circumstances, it would be very reasonable to think about this year in terms of what was taken away from you. Your graduation, your time with friends, your travel plans with family, your freedom. In some cases, you may even have lost loved ones. But for me, 2020 was supposed to be the year that I broke out, built my career, and became a movie star. Instead, I'm sitting at home like all of you, investing inordinate amounts of time into Animal Crossing and wondering what the state of the world will be when this is all over. If I may, I'd like to encourage you to look at the situation instead in terms of what you gain. And I know it sounds crazy, so bear with me. So I'm a big believer in the idea that we are defined by the adversity that we face. For my grandmother, it was defying her family and becoming a pediatrician at a time where women in China were not expected to get degrees or even to go to school. For my parents, it was immigrating from China to Canada with nothing in their pockets except the hopes and dreams of building a better life. For me, adversity was getting laid off from my job less than a year after I had started it. I've told the story a million times, so I don't want to bore you with the details, but the gist of it is that I was an accountant at a Big Four firm called Deloitte, and I was miserable. Up until that, I had been going through life passively, not quite failing, but not quite succeeding either. It was like being on autopilot. Every choice I made was not a result of my own critical thinking, but of simply going with the flow, with what my parents or society expected of me. I let everybody else decide who I was going to be and what was going to make me happy. And guess what? I ended up with a life that I hated. By the time I realized this, I already felt like it was too late to change course. I had a degree, a job, and a mortgage to pay off. I mean, what was I going to do? Just quit everything and start from scratch? What would my parents think? And I know you've all felt it, that classic Asian parent guilt. So I kept going, dragging myself into the office day after day like a sad corpse, counting down the seconds until I could finally go home and fall asleep so I could do it all over again the next day. And let me tell you, nothing that you have learned in school will prepare you for the soul-sucking tedium of working a job that you despise with every fiber of your being. There is no reset button at the end of the year. You don't get to take new courses, switch programs. That's it. You work until you retire, and then you die. And you thought I was going to inspire you. So, a week before my 23rd birthday, a mere 8 months after I graduated from college, I was brought into my managing partner's office and terminated. I was given 10 minutes to grab my things and get out of the building. Honestly, it felt like the end of the world. I remember lying in my bed at night thinking that I had hit rock bottom, and make no mistake, I definitely had. But something strange happened to me when I woke up the next morning. I realized I was no longer on autopilot. Sure, the shame of losing my job at age 22 still stung, but I felt like for the first time in my life, I was finally in control. The life that I had, the life that had been built for me, had crumbled to the ground, but it was a life that I didn't actually want. And from its rubble, I would build something better, something that I could be proud of. My next few months played out not dissimilar to quarantine. I stayed home, I was unemployed without much of anything to do, and I began to reflect on all the choices that I made in my life. I realized that everything from the business school degree to the 9-to-5 office grind to my wannabe GQ sense of fashion was all a result of what other people wanted. When I looked deep in myself, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. So on a whim, I replied to an ad on Craigslist to be an extra on a movie called Pacific Rim, which was shooting in Toronto at the time. I fell in love with the energy of a film set and resolved to spend every single minute of every day thereafter trying to build a life for myself in that industry. I went from a lazy, unenthusiastic worker to the most hardworking and motivated person imaginable because suddenly I had found my reason to work hard. Unfortunately for my parents and for my bosses at Deloitte, it had nothing to do with balancing debits and credits. I think about the day I was laid off a lot, April 12th, 2012, 3:15 p.m., not in terms of what I lost, but in terms of what I was given. A chance to stop and think, a chance to look back, a chance to be honest with myself, a chance to throw out what wasn't working and rebuild my life from the ground up, a chance to live life for me. Right now, each and every one of you is being given that same chance. I'm not saying it's time for you to quit your jobs on a whim and make some really terrible life decisions, but maybe there is something that you have always been curious about, a dream that you've had, something you've always wanted to try but never gave yourself the permission, a dream you were always afraid to say out loud because you thought it was stupid. Well, take it from a person who was in love with movies his whole life but was too afraid to admit it. Your dream isn't stupid. The universe has given you the time and the means to own your dreams and take those first steps towards fulfilling them. So taste, try, fail, learn, fail again, and fail some more. Failing is actually fun when you're doing something you actually feel incredibly passionate about. The road ahead is anything but easy, but overcoming adversity as you pursue that which you most desire, now that's the definition of the American dream. To the parents listening in, many of you have sacrificed immensely so that your children could have the opportunity to graduate from college. For those of you who birthed future doctors and lawyers, congratulations, you did it. For everyone else, you have only yourselves to blame for your failures. Oh man, that joke really hit me. My own parents were shocked to one day suddenly discover that I was no longer an accountant when my national commercial suddenly came on TV. It led to a very tense period between us, and to be honest, we didn't quite speak for some time. I mean, sure, maybe I should have at least dropped an email, but to be honest, I don't think they would have taken it that well either way. I'm sure that my parents thought that I was squandering all that they had worked for, that I was throwing away everything that they had built. I'm sure they were constantly wondering why I couldn't have been like our family friend Cheryl, who had become a dentist, or Pauline, who was in med school, or Amy, who was getting her PhD at MIT. To be honest, I often wondered the same thing. I tried to live up to the life that my parents wanted for me, but in the end, I just couldn't do it. It was literally killing me to try to make them happy. So please take it from me and take it from my parents today who would agree with me. Listen to your children. Listen to their hopes and dreams. Observe what they're truly passionate about. If it's medicine or law, great. If it's accounting, not my first choice, but power to you. If it's something else entirely that you don't yet understand, try. You didn't work so hard and sacrifice so much to have your children beat themselves into the ground trying to please you. If you allow them the opportunity to pursue their own ambitions, you will watch them transform into the most incredible versions of themselves, and you will never imagine wanting anything else for them, I promise you. To close off, I want to do something super incredibly tacky and quote another commencement speaker from just a few days ago, Oprah Winfrey. I mean, let's be real, she's a billionaire and I am still wearing yesterday's underwear, so, you know. On John Krasinski's internet show SGN, Oprah spoke about carrying our ancestors' dreams forward and wearing the crown that they made for us. As an Asian man, I have never been more proud to wear that crown, and I wear it proudly and unapologetically every day for as long as I live. In the midst of this pandemic, when we face not only the dangers of the virus itself, but also of fear and xenophobia and racism, it's never been more important to have each other's back. At the end of the day, no matter where you were born, how well you speak English, there are people who would take one look at your face and project their own prejudice and hatred onto you. You cannot escape the color of your skin. What you can do is to make sure that those hateful people know when they attack one of us, they attack all of us. We are here, we belong here, and it's their archaic beliefs that need to go. Let's fight so that our children do not experience the same things that we do. As we come out of this global crisis, and we will, I encourage you not to want things to go back to normal, but to build a new normal. A better one. We're counting on you. Thank you to our essential workers and our frontline healthcare workers, and thank you to the class of 2020. Congratulations again on your amazing achievement. I'm sure I'll be seeing most of you in Call of Duty Warzone later tonight. Take care.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Simu, for joining us all the way from Australia. I know it's very early for you there, and I think he shows us that a real superhero definitely is full of kindness and compassion, as well as brains and beauty. So definitely watch out for all of Simu's work coming up, of course, and his film coming up next year. Simu, thank you so much for joining us today. Now we want to get back to our graduates, who I hope you enjoy that message of inspiration from Simu Liu. And we're going to bring back Daniel Park now for our last set of graduates we're honoring today.
Never know who's gonna be there. You never know who's worth fighting for. Till it's too late, not up to fade. Now those memories never fade away. Will that make you change your ways? You never know who's round the corner. You never know if it's your neighbor. Could it be the one to see the sun when your eyes are buttered from the things you've done? Will that make you change today? Don't be afraid to try. Don't ever wonder why. This could be the start of something beautiful. This could be the start of something wonderful, like being hit with a lightning bolt and electrify you to your soul. Don't wait until tomorrow. You never know who will surprise you. You never know who will love you more. When there's words to say but you're too afraid, then you panic and you wanna run away. If I hold you, will you stay? So follow your inner voice, 'cause it's time to make a choice. This could be the start of something beautiful. This could be the start of something wonderful, like being hit with a lightning bolt and electrify you to your soul. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until tomorrow.
And that is our Daniel Park performing his original song. It's called You Never Know. It's available on his website, danielmusic.com, also Spotify, Apple Music, and Google Play. Daniel Park, thank you so much for joining us today and being
thanks for having me.
Part of this ceremony. We thank you. And we have now reached the end of our graduation ceremony. We do want to remind you right after this program, on the same Zoom link, we'll have a virtual panel on Career 101, Navigating the New Normal. We're encouraging all of our guests to stay and watch, especially the new grads. I think you'll benefit a lot from this conversation. We want to thank again our graduates, our families and friends and community members who have joined us today. Special thank you to all of our speakers, congressional leaders, sponsors, and supporters. And on behalf of ACDC and UNLV WAR, we're honored to celebrate our AAPI graduates in Nevada, class of 2020. Congratulations. I have to show my balloon that I brought for you. Very expensive balloon I brought just for this ceremony. Thank you. Stay strong. I know this is very unprecedented times, but definitely you guys are all strong and resilient, and best of luck. And I'll see you in our post program coming up in just a few minutes.